Hello and welcome to day 2 of our financial setup challenge. I'm Elizabeth Buko, your guide, and today we are going to talk about step 2. So the next step, yesterday we had a look at the big picture. What was our money doing last year? And today we want to start making good goals and good plans for the year to come. So what would you like to achieve? So we're going to be setting goals. So I'll share the workbook with you, which you should have. If you don't, you should have it in your emails. And if you haven't received it, send me an email and I will send that over to you. So as I shared with you yesterday, this is what the challenge guide looks like. And so as we scroll down, you get to see what each day entails. So yesterday was a financial snapshot, and today is our wealth goal guide. Great. So day 2 is your wealth goal gala. So we are going to be reflecting on these questions. As yesterday, there's also a section for you to write notes in today's section as well. It's right at the end. The final page, page 6, is a section for you to write notes. So the first question you want to think about is, what does wealth mean to you personally? Now, wealth means a variety of things to many people. For me, it means time. It means not having to constantly have to work, because I've been able to buy some time. I've been able to save and invest money so that I don't always have to work so much. So I have the time to do the things that I want to do, or to the things that I'm called to do. Second thing is, what are your specific goals that you want to achieve? The reason you want to know what wealth means to you personally is because this will help you specify what goals you want to achieve. Because if wealth means time to you, like for me, I know I want to be able to, I don't want to have to be working in a job at a certain time period of my life. I know I want to have time freedom at a certain time period. I also know that I don't want to be in debt. So I can create goals around the things that I do know. I can create goals around what wealth means to me, and so that I can achieve that in my life. For me, and for you, wealth may mean, a certain amount of money in your account. It may mean a certain size of a business. It may mean a variety of things. Everyone interprets. We say the word wealth, but we interpret it differently. So you want to set specific financial goals that you want to achieve in the short term this year, and also in the medium to long term. So medium term, 3 to 5 years, and long term, 10 years. So these are 3 different types of goals, or different time frames of the goals that you want to achieve. And so basically, so what I want you to think about is, where do you see yourself in the future? And by December 2024, where do you see yourself? January 2025, how would you like your finances to look like? And so those become your goals. Then the third thing that I want you to reflect on is, how much money do you want to save or invest by the end of this year? So this is becoming more specific. Now, if you don't know how to set goals, I will link a video below where I have taught in detail how you can set goals and the methodology that I use to set goals that are actually achievable. Because it's all well and good saying I want to have $1 million next week. But if I don't have a vehicle and I don't have a way to achieving that, I might not get to that $1 million in 7 days. So those are the reflection questions for today. And then your action plan, that's what you're going to do, is to write out your goals clearly for the year and then break them down into tasks. So your goals for this year, that's your short-term goals. I want you to write it down clearly, break it into tasks, then tasks, that's tasks that you have to do. And then you would write down who, where, how, and when, and what you need to achieve them. So you write down the tasks, that's what you have to do. And then you write down who you need to achieve them, where you would need to be to achieve them, how you might achieve them, when you might achieve them, and what you need to achieve them. So maybe you need some guidance, maybe you need a mentor, maybe you need to study something, maybe you need to buy a book about something, maybe you need to be in a particular location, or maybe it's the environment, the people around you that you need to be around to be able to achieve these goals. So look into that. If you do need more clarification around this, then watch the video that I will attach, but I will attach to this as well, about setting goals, and it's in quite in a lot of detail. So that should be very helpful. Now, your to-do task checklist. I really like this checklist because you can easily tick it off as you've done them, right? So first thing, write down your goals, your short-term, your medium-term, and long-term goals, and tick that off that you've written them down. Assign a realistic timeline and monetary value to each goal. So how much do you want to save in the short term? How much do you want to invest in the short term? How much debt do you want to get rid of in the short term? Like, just write it down and assign a timeline. So you want to say, okay, I want to save £100 every week. So we know the time is weekly. Again, this is taught in depth in that training that I mentioned. Then break down your annual savings and your investment goals into monthly targets. Now, this helps you know how much you need to save each month and how much you need to invest each month. So if you get paid monthly or you get paid bi-weekly, you know how much to put aside for those particular goals. And of course, if your goals are to reduce debt, it's exactly the same thing. Break down how much you need to break it down into monthly targets. Okay, so we're going to pause there. And remember that at the end of this, you have some space to actually write down thoughts, write down your answers to your reflection questions, and anything else that that comes to your mind while you're doing this exercise. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 3.